Hello YouTube, HPZ here again today, and you probably saw my Wii repair video. That's probably going to be the first one I upload. The same company, the same shop sent me not one, not two, not three, but 4 PlayStation 1s. Now, instead of boring you with all of the details and a long video on how to check each and every one of them and its problems, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how I debug one console. As soon as that console is debugged and I find a fault, I'll show you how I do the tests and everything else, and then I'll just cut back and show you what's wrong with the other 3 consoles. So join me in about 5 minutes. And welcome back YouTube. So I've just grabbed one of the units and I've got it here. It says spares on there. The first thing I'm going to do is just a little visual inspection of the unit. It's a bit groggy. I wouldn't say anything major. Turn it around, make sure the spindle spins, because you'll be surprised how many times people push those discs in too hard and they actually push the spindle down with it, meaning that the machine stops reading. On the other side, guarantee sticker is still intact, so I'm really happy about that. And let's switch over to the other camera quickly and I'll do a quick test. But before we do that, let's plug everything in. Now, the one thing you have to be extremely careful of on PS1s is the power supply. You see, it's DC 7.5 volt, but also this machine is extremely picky on the power supply that it uses, and it tends to blow fuses left, right and center as soon as it possibly can, whereby the machine will stop working if you use the wrong power supply. So let's switch over to the other camera quickly and I'll give you. Now here's the machine. This one is a little bit groggy. I've got the screen there. First thing I'm going to do is just open it up, no disk inside. Just want to see what the system boots up as. Flashes the screen, I get a perfect picture. The laser mechanism at this stage isn't moving. I've had them before where the laser mechanism will move and the controller is blown. Let's put this in quickly. You see that switch is pushed down all of the way. It doesn't make good contact anymore. So there's your problem. It's that switch there, which is fairly easy. Now normally what I'll do is I'll check on the screen and see what the system does, how it reacts. But seeing as my switch is pushed down there all of the way and I can see the problem is related to that switch, let's open it up quickly and just fix that. So I've got the system here, I've debugged it now. I noticed that the switch for the CD tray is stuck. Luckily this machine has never been opened, so I know it's not due to tampering, which surprisingly happens a lot. People tamper inside the machines and things don't work properly. Now there's 2 different models for PlayStation 1. This will be the first model. You'll see that they changed the feet in the second model, so it's the quickest way to tell which one you've got is the size of the feet. These big pads that you see on the sides there, that's for the first model. Open it up, it's really good condition inside. And you can see it is the first model. Okay, now we noticed that the switch on the case was pressed in. I did take this off because there's something else that I want to show you. Before I normally do any services on these systems, I quickly check the fuses. Now Sony is actually fairly nice in the way that they do mark their boards, and you can see there everywhere is silk screened, and it does say on the side what each fuse does, more or less, and you can see that those big squares there, okay, they're the fuses. Let's see if I can zoom in on that area. There we go. So now to test these, I've just got my meter set to continuity. that off. I've got my meter set to continuity. Every time it gets contact, it's going to buzz at me. So I know already that there's a trace there that goes to both of those. So I just press down there. There's 1, 2, check the other side, 3, 4. That one is working as well. Now normally what you would do then is as well is if you don't have any power, there's another fuse here. I'm just going to check this one. There's power going to that. You'll see that there's also a couple of bridges on the motherboard. I don't see any reason for actually testing these. That one is working. There's one here for the controllers. That one is working. That one's working. This one here is working as well. So everything in the system is working as it should be. Okay, that one will work as well because we are getting power, of course. The only thing wrong with it, quite literally, is just the cover. So let's see what happened or what went wrong on the cover. Probably someone had a very bad day and they thought to themselves, I'm going to take it out on my poor console. So first things first, we do this. We just have to turn it around. There we go. That's actually working now. So just by opening it up, okay, it actually came loose again, and that's nice and free. It does have a mechanism at the bottom there whereby if you do open it up, it opens up the whole machine, which is on top, and that's still working as it should do. So that's normally how I debug one of these consoles, and as you can see, this one, the fault was so minute that just by opening it up, the console came back to life. Let's zoom this out. Let's double check that it is indeed just that's wrong with it by testing the machine while it's open. Now, if I was one of these unscrupulous people, I could always tell a person that the laser is faulty in the situation and charge them a small fortune to replace a laser, which I know is perfectly well and good. But just to test, lasers might still be faulty as well, which in this case it's not. You can see it spinning up there nicely, and on the screen I'm getting the PlayStation logo. Before any of my consoles leave, I actually do plug them out and give them a full test and run them for several hours just to see what's wrong with them. But in this case, this console is working perfectly. What I am going to do is I'm going to swap this one with one of the other ones, because I noticed that the other one, the case, is in mint condition. This one, the case, really needs a lot of work. But yeah, for now, this thing is working exactly as it should. 100% perfect. Right, and on this console, I switched it on. No disk in the tray, and I'm getting a black screen. That could be a couple of things wrong. I'm hoping it's a bad modchip installation. Or it could be something more sinister like the motherboard, which unfortunately in this case just isn't worth fixing if it's a 9000 system. And as you can see, it has had a modchip installed, which I will remove quickly and just see if that makes any difference whatsoever on the machine. Probably it's going to give a picture afterwards. If not, it could be the encoder or something of the sort. So I'll be back in just a minute or two with the answer. And there is the modchip in all its gratuity. I can already see that the person that installed this did not take great care on the machine itself, as the wires used are fairly, how can I say, grotesque. As you can no doubt see by the great solder job the person did on the system. But also I see that this isn't one that plugs into the video on top, so this might be another problem. I'll just have to check. It could also be a bad fuse. So I'll be right back after I remove the modchip. Right, and there you have it. The modchip has been removed. I still have to clean up the traces afterwards. This is just basically to test. Push the power down, and what do you know? System is back to what it's supposed to be. I'll probably add the modchip back in again. Those things are useful, but I'll close the system up and just show you it working once I'm done. But as you can see, thanks to someone's really podgy over thick wires, they managed to kill a good PlayStation 1. Luckily these machines are built to last, and they don't take rubbish from anyone. So I'll probably just rechip it, show you the end result quickly, and close it off again. Right, and here's the machine working perfectly. I reinstalled this chip using the audiophile diagram, because it was a free wire chip of some sort. Even with that diagram, it doesn't work. My only guess is that someone bought this chip from somewhere, he didn't know how to wire it, and he just wired it the easiest way, which is the audiophile diagram, and yeah, that was causing all sorts of havoc. But as you can see, the laser and everything else on the system is pretty darn good, especially seeing as this is the most scratched game I've got in my collection. So this machine is working perfectly now. Just had to remove the mod chip. I'll talk to them and just find out if they want me to remod this with one of my chips rather, which I know works and works well. But nonetheless, one more machine salvaged. Right, and on to the next one, and as you can see, this is the mythical 1000 audiophile edition consoles. Very nice condition she's got this in. Let's see what's wrong with this one. Okay, there's video. That doesn't sound right. Okay, that motor is on the way out. Oh yeah, that motor has long since died. Oof, that is bad. I haven't heard one that bad yet in a very long time. Yeah, but that's age. This one is old. Luckily there's one of the slimlines I can't get working, the PS1s. I'll just stick the laser in here and it'll be fine. So I'll see you in about 2 minutes. And there you have it. I swapped the motor around. I found one that's actually period specific. This is the one that would have been shipped with the 1000 units, the audiophiles. There's a dodgy one. As you can see, you spin it around, it kind of like stops. It's not a very good unit. Let's test it quickly. These 1000s do read a bit more flaky than others, but this should be a lot more smooth than what the other one was. Oh yeah, no more ball bearing sound. And there you go, that's working. You'll notice that the boot sequence on these do take a lot longer than the newer machines. The reason for that is actually you could swap the disks out, and Sony fixed that by increasing the read speed when doing disk verification. But as you can see, the FMVs are smooth as can be, no jerkiness, so the laser is working exactly as it should, which is awesome. And that's the last one. Well, second last one. The other one I'll show you now in just a second. That one I can't fix at all. So let's have a look at the... Right, and this is the last console, and let's power it up. And you can see, oh yeah, a GPU is shot. Laser unit works though. GPU is completely dead. Oh, it does actually even boot the game when you grab that, stick that in. Oh yeah, disco time. You can see the game in the background, but sadly this one GPU is dead. What a video encoder, but unfortunately in both those cases to fix that, it just pains me to say, it just costs too much. You have to take a working machine or a working motherboard and take the GPU off and swap them around, so yeah, that's a big no-no, unfortunately. So this one can't be fixed, sadly. And there you have it. So far, total charges to fix all three of these consoles, nothing. And all three of them are working. This one had a broken motor, I had a spare from the same model, so it's back to period quality. That one, just open it up and button was stuck. This is the one with the nicer case, so I'd put it in a nicer case. And this one was chipped by someone that didn't know how to chip. So all three of these consoles are now working, and I'm sure if you ask nicely, I'm probably going to put a link at the bottom for the person that I'm doing these repairs for. They'll sell one of them to you. So that's all from me, HP Zeta, and enjoy your day. Please comment, rate and subscribe.